How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. So in this video, I want to talk about the range of your bag. Range of your bug out bag, get home bag, insert whatever bag you need into this. I'm going to explain how to come up with that number for whatever bag it is. I'm going to give you the basis to figure it out. And first off, before we start talking about, all this, what's the difference between a bug out bag, get home bag? Real quick, bug out bag is you are at home currently and you need to get to your prepared community. Hopefully you have one, or storage location or something like that. And you have to leave the current residence you're at and you're going somewhere else. Get home bag is, of course, reasonably the opposite, is you're randomly somewhere else, not at home, and you need to get home from that location. So, which they could also both turn into the same thing, because you could use a get home bag to get home and then realize, hey, we got to bug out and then bug out. But anyways, besides the point, should have reasonably two separate bags. Anyways, what's the range of that bag? What do you need it to be? What is your need? Because everybody's needs different. Everybody is in a different environment. Everybody's in a different situation. And everybody's going to need to traverse distances differently, kind of in a way. So let's actually figure that out. I'm going to show you how to do that. So what is the distance needed? And this would be for get home purposes. If you're in a get home bags or need one, what is the average distance that you normally commute or go out from your home? That's normally how you can kind of figure it out. So you just think about it. Okay, how many trips have I taken? Well, I've done 3 trips like outside of, 150 miles or on vacation. So you can kind of, you leave those as outliers, and then think about, okay, my daily work is 20 miles, but I like to go hunting, fishing, and camping, and that most of the time takes me about 120 miles out. Could be completely different for you. My range, about 140 miles. That's roughly where I will go outside of. It's about 140 miles is my max. Granted, because I live out in the western United States, so cities are kind of really far apart. Like the next substantial city from the one that I live in with more than 10,000 population is 4 hours by car. So that kind of puts it into a little bit of context. But myself, I have mine set up for 140 miles. Now I get it. For some of you that's like, holy crap, I don't need that. That's fine. I'm going to show you how to set it up for you. So that's what you need, is distance needed. Distance is also for bug out bag. Hey, what is the predetermined distance from your home to the community that you need to go to, self-sustain yourself? Could just insert 40 miles, right? Then that's what you're going to run with. Next is the distance you can travel per day on foot. So of course, if you have a vehicle, it's greatly different, because a vehicle is, the main point of transportation that we have. But worst case scenario is you're going to be putting this bag on your back and you're going to be rucking. You're going to be hiking it. So how many miles per day on average can you travel? Have you done it before? Have you just put on a pack that's like 40 pounds, 30 pounds, whatever you want, and just figured what is a full day's worth of hiking? Just go do a hike or something like that and find out your time, your pace time, and then you can kind of figure it out there. But for a fact, I know personally, I can do anywhere between 15 and 36 miles per day. And that's kind of on an average. I know it's a big gap. My average is about 20, but it depends on environment too. So if you're living in the hills of West Virginia, it is going to be different from you living in Kansas, of course, because you have a lot more elevation in West Virginia. You're going to be going up and you're going to be going down, which distance-wise, of course, the shortest point is between a straight line, point A, point B. Can't really do that with mountains, hills, stuff like that. So kind of try to equate whatever environment you're in and actually just get out there and try it. So just for brevity, 20 miles. That's what I'm going to do. So 20 miles per day. So how many days, which is next, is actually how many calories of food do you need per day? As a normal person like myself, most people just say, 2,000 calories, that's what you need. Do you really need that though? Have you ever just figured out, calculated out, take a week and just honestly find out the intake of what your body in a way requires, not like you just like, I guess I'm hungry, I could eat. Just find out like, hey, I'm hungry, I need to eat. Myself, I know 1,500 calories. And why? Because that's literally the daily input that I have. I'm kind of a skinny guy. I don't weigh too much. So I know 1,500 calories is good for a normal working environment. And especially I'm military, so my working environment is 16 hours every workday with 30 to 40 pounds of body armor, weapons, magazines, all that other equipment on me. That's my normal job. So 30 extra pounds isn't a big deal to me, and I intake 1,500 calories per day on average, and that's how I work. So I know 1,500 calories will work for me. So figuring that out, you can figure out how many days or how far can you get. So 140 miles, right? 1,500 calories is what I am needed, and I do about 20 miles a day. So that is, between these two numbers, 7 days, and then you can figure out 7 days worth of 1,500 calories, 10,500 calories. So total calories is 10,500. And that's a good day. I'm kind of slacking it a little bit at the 20 miles, and I think you should do that a little bit as well. But you should always go over a little bit, because I know I can put down more than 20 miles in a day if I'm really, pushing it, because I've done it before. I've tracked myself doing it. Environment will dictate. Anyways, right there is literally the math of how to figure out what's the range of your bag. So if you already have a bag set up right now, calculate up your calories and find out how many is in it. Because then that'll literally go back to this. Okay, how many do you burn on average a day? And then how many can you actually do a day? What's your operational range? So maybe you have way too many calories in your bag, which isn't a bad thing. But when it comes to weight, it can be. Imagine you figuring out that you only have to go 30 miles, which is maybe one day. But you have 8 days of food in your pack, and you're going to be, let's just say, alone. You're probably sitting at, 6, 7 pounds worth of food, and you're like, I can half that. That's 3 pounds gone out of your pack. And personally, I don't know if you guys are the same way, but when I pull off weight out of my pack, it feels so much better. And that's what I'm trying to get at. And then lastly is when we get to this number of calories. I already put out a video on this, but calories to weight. I did a whole video on getting the max amount of calories for the least amount of weight. Tuna, like a tuna packet, is about 36 calories per ounce. That is terrible. My recommendation, honestly, if you have tuna packets in your bug out bag right now, throw them out. Don't use them. Go to something else that's more, user or usability, because you want to get up to a roughly 200 calories per ounce. That's kind of the baseline. Now, there's certain foods out there, and if you want to figure out or want to find out what those are, I'll leave my video in the description box below of literally showing you some of the best foods that you can use to do that with. So this is pretty much the formula of figuring out what's the range of your pack. Whether you have a pack already set up and you already know everything about this, or you're setting up one for the first time and trying to figure out, like, what do I really need in there? This is honestly how you do it. So if y'all enjoy this type of stuff and want to see more, maybe you can dive into details, all this kind of stuff, definitely hit like, subscribe. We pretty much have a video coming out every couple days. I'm like releasing a new video. Especially if you want better content or more exclusive content, consider being a Patreon. I greatly appreciate my Patreons out there, and they get kind of an exclusive look into myself, more personal life, my family. They get exclusive access to all these videos, documentation, stuff like that YouTube actually doesn't get. It's kind of like to kind of pay into it in a way. And I tell you, if you are a Patreon member, I show you where all the proceeds are going. I'm not just randomly buying things because I want to. I'm putting it back into this whole project, and I'm going to show you, hey, this is where your money's going to. So I would consider it, but if you don't want to be a part of that, that's fine too. Keep enjoying the content. Other than that, I hope y'all have a great day.